This is a review of the Ivation 1800 watt portable induction countertop cooktop. It's an easy clean full glass top with touch button controls. Inside the box you'll find the induction cooktop and also a brief instruction manual. Here you can see the controls section for the cooking pad. Here you have the on-off control. This is a selection here that you can either select to display the power setting like 1 to 10 like you would have on an electric range, or you can set it in temperature. It says degrees C, but it really displays the temperature right here in degrees F. The temperature setting will range in degrees F from 140 to 460 degrees F in 10 steps. The power levels will also indicate from 1 to 10 right here. Here you have the plus and minus buttons for up and down. This allows you to change the power settings, or it allows you to change the temperature displayed, which is the setting you're setting the temperature of this to be. In addition, it has a timer here that you can set to cook your food from 0 to 180 minutes in 1 minute increments, and you would use this to start that setup process. Once you set all the controls for your cooking, you can actually reach over here and touch this, and a red LED will light up here and lock all the controls in place so you can't accidentally touch them and change the cooking settings. The top of this is all made of glass. If you want to keep it clean, you have to wait till it cools down after it's finished cooking, and just wipe it with a soapy washcloth and don't get water underneath of it. In addition to that, it is normally cool, but when the pan's on it and the pan's been getting hot and boiling food or cooking food, the surface will get hot. So don't touch the surface while it's still hot. Let it cool down first. You have to make sure that whatever kind of pot or pan or skillet that you put on this, that you're going to use, you want to make sure that you have a pan that is designed to be used with induction cooking. This here happens to be a KitchenAid pan, and you'll see on the bottom the logo, and it says on the bottom that it's designed for use with induction cooking. So make sure you have that. If you grab your favorite aluminum skillet or aluminum pan, it's not going to work on this. On the bottom here, you'll see a fan that will draw in air, pull it through here, and exhaust it out the top here. Make sure that when you're using this that you don't block these two areas, because airflow is important to cooling the unit. After long periods of cooking, say weeks or months, you may get some dust being sucked into here or exhausted here. You can take your vacuum cleaner, unplug the cooking station, and vacuum these two areas to remove the dust. You want to make sure that you never dip this unit in water, because that is very hazardous, and if you're ever going to clean the top surface, let it cool and unplug it before you clean it. This unit is powerful, and it has 1,800 watts of cooking power. It's designed to operate at 120 volts and 60 hertz. It comes with a 5-foot heavy-duty power cord because it does draw some current. If you turn this on and walk away, the unit will shut off in 60 seconds if no pan is detected, as a safety precaution. This thing also has an error detection. If for any reason the unit gets too hot or the pan gets too hot, you will see an error code here that says E0, and it will shut down the unit for a few minutes until it cools off. I'm going to quickly show, with no pan on here, how to turn this on. You can hit select and you have the cooking level, or you can have the temperature. This is 460 degrees F. If you want to take that down, 430, 390, 360, 320, 280, 250, 210, 180, and 140. So that's the low and the high. If you want to set the cooking ranges from 1 to 10, like a normal electric stove, you hit the on button, you hit select, you can see it's on 3, you can go down to 1, or you can go all the way up to 10 very quickly. The extra beeps you're hearing is it's doing that because there's no pan on top. If you want to do timed cooking, what you want to do is turn it on, touch select, set your temperature say to 5, come over here and hit the timer, and you can hit the up button and set the minutes, If you hold it down, it'll start jumping quickly. And say you want to set it for 90 minutes. And now if you touch the button, it'll start working and count down from 90 to 0 and shut the surface off when it reaches the setting of 0 minutes. Once you have it set up, you can come over here and hit the timer. The timer will start. And if you hit this, you'll see a red LED come on. That means you've locked all the settings. And if you come over here and accidentally touch these buttons, you're not going to change your cooking settings. This has 2 cups of water in it. I'm going to bring it to a rolling boil, and I'm going to time that. And then I'm going to take this and empty it out and put in 2 cups of water again after it's cooled down, and heat the same skillet on this burner and compare the 2 times to give you the difference between cooking with induction and cooking with electric. You can see I'm going to time this, so when I start programming, I'm going to start this, and I'm going to stop it when I reach a rolling boil, and I'll do the same on the next test. Here we go. Start the timer, turn this on, hit the cook mode. I'm going to crank it up to 10, and when I do the stove, I'll do the same setting of 10. Here you can see we're at 1 minute and 15 seconds, and you can see bubbles already starting on the bottom of the pan. I can guarantee you won't see that on the electric stove. Here you can see now we're at 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and we're at a rolling boil already. So it didn't take much time, and it heated up very quickly. Here you can see I have exactly the same amount of water in the pan. The pan's cooled down. I'm going to turn on the stove and start the timer right now. And I've set the burner on what's called high, which is actually 1 setting above 10. So it's as high as it will go. Here you can see we're at 1 minute and 15 seconds, and on the inductive you saw some bubbles on the bottom of the pan, and here you see absolutely nothing. We're at 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and the water in the pan is just barely beginning to bubble on the bottom, so it's not a rolling boil like it was on the other one. Here you can see we're at 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and we reached our boil. This took 2 minutes longer than the inductive cooktop. Overall, I like this a lot. First of all, it brought the water to a boil in 2 minutes and 45 seconds versus the stove at 4 minutes and 45 seconds. That's about twice as fast. It's easy to set up, easy to program. The only downside I see with this is, number 1, it says degrees C, but it reads out in degrees F. I don't know why they didn't change that. And the other thing is it says it has child safety lockout switches. I don't know how to do that. It's not in the instruction manual. I would assume that would mean to lock out the controls so it couldn't be turned on accidentally, but I'm only assuming that. I'm still going to rate this product at 5 stars. I like it a lot. It really is a lot faster than our electric stove. This review is done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one it would be fair and honest.